Hey, what's up, guys? So it's 5:50 in the morning. First day of me being 23. Let's get it. Only legends are born in February. But anyway, this video is more of a serious video, just to anyone out there who feels like they kind of not moving. Life's not changing. They're in the stuck in the simulator, stuck in the game, and they're like a roller coaster. Just going day to day, ending up and starting at the same place every single day. So I want to just kind of go through. I literally made a list here yesterday, 23 things for 23-year-old me, and I think there's about 29 things. I actually don't know. I kind of got in the zone, but I just want to share them with you because I feel like this might help someone, this might inspire someone, and this might help someone pull back and realize their potential. I'll be doing a few more videos like this, like finding how I found my why, my reason, my passion. But yeah, I really think this will be beneficial for a lot of you, and I just wanted to share. Watch it through if you want, but it's going to be a lot of free source, free value, and just free insights into me and how this last year shaped me and changed me completely. Right? It's like think of the building that's founded, right? If it's not founded in the right rock, if it's not founded and if it's not planned accordingly, nothing's gonna work. And that's what was happening with me. I felt like I was a good building. I looked good, I felt good, but my foundation, the values on which I carried myself, the conditions that I kept myself to, and the standards that I wanted for myself and my future family weren't set. And I'm not afraid to admit that I didn't follow through with anything. I didn't carry myself in any special way, and certainly not in a way that my family, my generation, my ancestors, and my family to come will be proud of. So this last year, I completely changed my life around, and these few things definitely helped me. The first one being that short-term lust kills long-term legacy. And the moment I stopped listening to my penis, my perspective, my purpose, and my power in terms of controlling myself, my discipline, and my attitude changed. And people might think this is cliche, but for me, this was a big one because I always did have validation. Okay, I'm good looking. I like to say. Who knows now? I'm getting kind of bold, but yeah, growing up, I was good at sports. I was good at right, so that validation was there, but I would always chase it, and that actually led to me not pursuing my goals because I would care too much about what other people are doing, as well as I would treat females the way they're not meant to be treated, the way I wouldn't treat my own mother, the way my family is very big on treating the females right, which I always did with my mom, my sister, perfectly. But it was until I realized that the people I'm treating, yeah, I'm treating them very, very well in person with them. And when I say this, I'm not saying that I was treating them badly when I was with them. That's not the point of this. The point is the values behind it. So when they weren't there, what was I saying? When they weren't with me at the club, what was I doing? When they weren't with me on my phone, what was I doing? That's where I'm saying I was mistreating women, lying to them, I would say, and not following through with what I intended in terms of being transparent when I'm with them and without them, right? That's your strongest power and that's your strongest suit as a man. You want to be a provider and a leader, both when no one's watching and when everyone's watching. So that just changed it for me. So, and that just leading on to my next points, led me to stop looking at girls and women in a whole as hot, start looking at them as beautiful, right? Because your perspective on them changes. And it's a beautiful thing because you go from looking and consuming them to appreciating them, right? They're beautiful and they are meant to be valued. They're meant to be seen as something rare, right? And something that can add to your life and not as something that's just can be consumed and used. I don't want to go too on about that, but that is definitely what happened. And then my dream, I realized after dropping out, after pursuing my dreams, I realized what made me realize my dream was you need to know what your dream is, and you also need to know and be aware of what it's going to take to get there, and be willing to do that and fall in love with that rather than just the dream. I know you hear it a lot, but for me, falling in love with working 16 hours every day, living by myself without any furniture, is not for any other validation. Besides the fact that I love this. I love waking up to messages, people changing. I love waking up to people shocked by how much weight they've lost or how they've transformed their physique. They're seeing their abs. They're sleeping good. Their wife's complimenting them. Like, that is what I've fallen in love with. And the beautiful thing is I've fallen in love with the work that comes in order to provide that, which to me is something that you guys should take from, is fall in love with something that you're going to be able to fall in love with the work surrounding it, within it, and in the future. Diluting your delusion is more dangerous than pursuing it. When I made the decision to drop out, when I made the decision to pursue my goals, when I made the decision to lock myself up, and I say like I'm enjoying it, so it's not locking myself up, but locking myself out from the world, from my vices, from the distractions. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. Everyone commented like I was crazy. And everyone always will. And you gotta remember that a lot of people will try and shut down other people and their friends and say, oh, they were holding me back. No, they're not holding you back. They're not in your head. They don't know what you actually want. They just caring about you. So you changing your whole persona, to them it's scary. Okay? But you gotta realize that when you make that decision, a dream is only a dream without discipline and without a route to discovery, without a plan in place. Okay? Nothing gets built if there's no bricks. Nothing gets built if there's no drawings. Nothing gets built if there's no people building it. So when you go to pursue that delusion, when you go and you tell yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to help millions of people, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to provide for my family, you need to be able to back that with relentless action that you will never stop. That goes on to say, be way more interested in how your life feels than to how it looks. Because when you do these things, like I said, sometimes you're going to be isolated. Sometimes you're going to seem weird to people because you've changed how everything. The only thing that gives you that dopamine is hard work and working and staying in your zone. And people are going to judge, and you need to realize that it's all about what it feels like to you and not what it looks like to them. Losing sleep and a few memories is far better for you in terms of getting to your goals than just dreaming about them. And when I say this, I'm not meaning cut out everything, but if you know that you can say no and you keep trying to balance it all, remember you're all in. To be balling, you got to be all in. And that's what I realized. The moment I made it a non-negotiable that I was going to do whatever it took, whether that means sacrificing some things. People aren't willing to sacrifice to reach their desire, and that's why they'll never get there, because they want to do it the sustainable way. Not everything is supposed to be sustainable for long term. But some things are meant to be unsustainable short term to get to that long term goal. The harder you work, the luckier you get, and I can't stress this enough. The harder I have worked without anything back, the luckier I have gotten. In terms of being able to help more people, in terms of being able to build more connections, in terms of being able to explain and enjoy my journey through this whole thing. It's been by working harder than ever before. Right? Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I have said that every single day, every single doubt, every single session when I don't feel like being there. And you can say I'm lying. I look at the wall and I'll say that. On a call where I really felt I could help someone, and they decided to go against themselves rather than pursuing it, I say it. And every hard day, and I just want you to realize that He truly is with you. He truly is, and nothing else will take that from you. So in this lonely times, the way I like to think about it is you've got the Almighty One right here. You're never alone. Think of it like having Superman on your shoulder. What can't you do? What can't you do? Right? And that's simple. When those days are really tough, you just got to think of it like that. What can't you do? Energy flows, right? The way you treat people, including those who mistreat you, will always come back. Love thy neighbor. This was a big one for me because I was always chasing, like I said, validation, trying to be the cool guy, trying to be the one that was always happy, cool, never want to break off that appearance. But I truly found that in that I was spiting other people who were chasing their goal. I was judging people who weren't like me. That carried over into life where I would make fun of people in situations I shouldn't. And to me now, treating every single person, even those that hate on you, even those that you can see spite, they don't want you to win, even those that you can see don't want you to reach your goal, treat them with love, right? With grace, because what you give is what you get. It's as simple as that. One thing that might sound controversial, a lot of people think I am grumpy when I say this. No one cares, even if they act like they do. So don't care what they think because you're thinking they care. Let that sink in. No one cares, even if they act like they do. So don't care what they think because you thinking they care. That goes with a lot of things. And if I'm to put it in a fitness perspective, building your business perspective, chasing your goals perspective, you're always going to be, it's hard. One of the biggest milestones for me is walking away from being judged. No matter how confident I act like I am, I hate I hate being frowned upon or looked at differently, and I had to try to get over that. The only way I got over that is the fact that no one actually cares. If you're on your weight loss journey and you're trying to stick to a diet, and they offer you something, and you feel like, oh, if I don't have this, they're going to judge me. No one cares. And if they question it, it's going to be for 5 seconds, and they will forget it by tomorrow when you carry on with your journey. The same goes when you decide to chase your goals. No one actually cares. Whether you're achieving them or whether you're not, even. No one cares. So you need to start trying to get over that. And I'm still working on that. I am still working on that. But no one cares. It's as simple as that. The people who you think are watching you that care, don't. They don't. Not even those closest to you actually care about what you are doing and what you're chasing, because they don't understand. They are not within you. They don't get it. So that's my advice to anyone trying to chase something different or trying to change themselves. If people aren't questioning you, then you're not changing. So it's a good thing. You have to look at the world as need to, have to, get to, want to. First, you know what you need to do. Then you know what you have to do that. And you go and do that, regardless of how you feel. Then you know what you get to do because you start enjoying it. Progress is fun and fun is progress. So then you know what you get to do. And then you know what you want to do because you have broken that barrier. You've got that momentum. You're chasing the ride. And that's very important. Right? That goes with every single thing. It's never going to start being something you love off the bat. It's going to be something that starts off as discipline and ends up as habit. Perspective is power. You can always look at a situation from a more positive standpoint, regardless of whatever situation it is. There's someone busier than you getting it done. There's someone in a worse position than you, happier than you. There's someone in more pain than you, making it work. Just think of it. There's always something to compare to that you can use to help you keep on moving forward. True success is in seeing others succeed in their own story. This one sounds weird to a lot of people because a lot of people like to say I've gone solo. But true success only comes, and true fulfillment only comes when you see people around you being affected by you and succeeding in their own endeavors. That's when you truly feel fulfilled. Nothing is more fulfilling than you noticing someone change their ways and feel good about themselves because of something, even if it's something you just said. That's true success, in my opinion. Absorb pressure and make it into a pyroclastic flow. I don't even know if that makes sense, but to me, that is powerful. Pressure builds diamonds. That's not just a cliche saying, it's a truth. And if you can absorb pressure, whether it's from anyone around you, whether it's from within yourself, and whether it's from anyone below you, if you can absorb that pressure, rather than just deflecting it and working against it, you can absorb it and throw it back twice as powerful, twice as hard, and go twice as hard, and not let it affect you, but let it build you, let it mold you. That's when you can turn it into your own pyroclastic flow and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Because pressure is going to be there, regardless of the situation. You just need to know how to consume it, balloon it, and let it blow. You don't find your why in one day. Your why has been finding you your whole life, and this one is extremely important, okay? I didn't know my why. I knew fitness, but I didn't know my why behind it. And I just kept on thinking. Then I kept on seeing, getting a few questions about, helping a few people, going through my own fitness problems, health problems, realizing the doctors weren't with me, and then noticing that fitness was my why. Helping people was my why. Breaking their belief was my why. I didn't realize that in a day. I realized that over a series of events, through years, through me being 12 years old, working out, trying to get rid of my love handles for years, with my little Casio watch light. Like, that's how you find your why. Nothing feels lonely when you eat, sleep, and dream your dream. And that is not a joke. I've lived the same day for over a year. The same day. Same routine. Same meals, pretty much. For over a year. Nothing feels lonely when you have the grace of God and you have the dreams and passion fueling your purpose. Nothing will feel lonely. If you're lonely, you're bored, which means you're not actually chasing your dream with your full potential. Another one, more biblical, is Satan tried to tempt Jesus with the gospel itself. So you got to remember that in doing good, some people giving you advice or some people around might be trying to make you think something is good, but it's not. And they're using it for their own advantage. So just be wary of that. I don't know where that falls in your own life, but I know that it is a huge thing. As soon as you hear from someone who you think is more successful than you, who you think is better than you, who you think has more power than you, giving you advice, just remember that Satan himself tried to tempt Jesus with the gospel. So you can't always listen exactly to what people are saying. Okay? Because it could always be rooted through something else. Keeping promises to yourself is more important. That proves nothing to no one, but it proves everything to you. The small promises, you brushing your teeth, you doing that laundry every single day. Complete positive feedback loop, teaching you and your body that you hold yourself accountable and that you follow through with the things you said you were going to. Planned execution is the only procrastination to persecution. If working harder was the only driver for success, a donkey would own the farm. Everyone thinks working harder is the choice. And everyone thinks working harder is the truth. But it's never that way. You need to be working harder with a plan, with a system. Otherwise, you're working harder for nothing. Maybe it's not for nothing, but you're achieving 20% of what you could if you had a plan backing you to it. Design your systems and your environments so that when motivation fades, there's still only one outcome. You can't shoot the gun if you didn't buy it in the first place. What do I mean by this? This, for example, I only have a desk and a bed. Say I had a bad day, I had a day where I was not feeling motivated. I would still not have anything else to do. My systems are molded in order to make sure that I sit here and I do work. Motivation fades, discipline is forever. If you make discipline easy, you will be able to be disciplined easier for longer. No one achieves it until they fully believe it first. If you do not believe in your goal, you will never achieve it. If you do not truly believe that you can achieve what you want to, you will never actually achieve it. It's that simple. The people that don't actually get to their goals in life never truly believe they could, or it was never truly their goal in the first place. Always remember, coming up with an excuse as to why you didn't do something is way, way easier than coming up with an excuse or a reason as to why you should have done it. This is a huge one because to me, that is what turned the needle. When I stopped looking and finding ways to convince myself it was okay not to do something, I started searching and making sure to find ways and had a reason to do it. It was necessary. I had to be doing it. There was no excuse not to. Because that is an easy way to procrastinate, to give yourself fake choices, fake opinions that say, okay, it's okay to have that rest today. No. It's so easy to do that, and it's easy to fall into that trap, which a lot of people do. Any results you're not seeing is in the work you're not doing, and you know it yourself. So you can always work harder, be better, do more. Just remember that. Fun is progress towards your purpose, and chasing your purpose is progress towards your fun. What do I mean by this? How fun is it when you know you're progressing? How fun is it when you know you're getting somewhere? How much easier is it to carry on progressing when it is fun? The reason why I say that is because if you're not all in, if you're not actually trying to progress, you're making it hard on yourself. You're climbing an uphill battle, fighting an uphill battle that's just unnecessary because you are too lazy to take that extra step into what it is you want to achieve. Never forget the ones who back you even when you didn't. This is a big one for me. Not many people had my back when I made decisions, but the people I was working with, some of my first clients, friends, mentors, they were the ones that did. They believed in my process, even on the days I didn't. They believed in my vision, even on the days when I didn't. And I believe that is extremely important because you need to remember those people when you do start to see and have your breakthrough, have momentum. You need to always remember the people that were there with you at the start because otherwise it is pointless. With a clear why, you'll save yourself years of wondering how you can do something and you can start right now. A lot of people don't have their purpose or don't chase their goal because it's not truly their goal. They haven't actually found the root behind it. They don't know why they want to do something and hence they don't do it. If you know your true why behind something and you know the true passion and energy you have towards that thing and whatever it is, you will start right now because if you're not doing it, if you're not chasing that thing, you feel lost. You feel like empty. You feel like nothing can help you. Anyway, I know this is very impromptu. I know this is very broken up. This is just a video I want to put out there to my future self, to anyone watching this. I hope it helps you. If it does, please do like, subscribe, follow the journey because we're going to do this. Like I say in my other videos, stay hungry, man. See ya.